Commissioned December 31st, 1971, the Soviet submarine K-219 was old technology by the time she put to sea in September of 1986, sent to man the so-called patrol box east of Bermuda. The missiles that the submarine carried were liquid-fueled. They used a combination where a fuel, in this case unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine, is combined with an oxidizer, nitrogen tetroxide, to produce ignition. The chemicals involved are extremely dangerous, being both poisonous and corrosive, and of course explosive if they come into contact with each other. Even worse for a submarine, nitrogen tetroxide is highly reactive with seawater, which can produce deadly gas and corrosive nitric acid. Allow water and oxidizer to mix in sufficient quantity, and you had a powerful, poisonous acid that could eat through nearly anything. K-219 moved into its patrol area in the North Atlantic on October 3rd, when an engineer in the missile compartment discovered water dripping from under the plug of missile tube number 6. A cloud of brown corrosive oxidants started coming from under the missile. Captain Igor Britanoff declared it an accident alert that included damage control measures like hermetically sealing all compartments, and the crew's quick work likely saved the boat, as 5 minutes later the submarine was rocked by an explosion in missile tube number 6. Seawater had mixed with oxidizer, and the acid had eaten through something critical. Inside the tube, oxidizer and fuel mixed, and the chemical explosion inside Silo 6 ejected the smashed remains of the rocket and its 2 warheads into the sea. Some of the high explosives surrounding the warhead's plutonium cores also detonated, scattering radioactive debris both into the ocean and down the shattered silo. The boat took more than 4.5 tons of water into its bilge, causing it to sink over 800 feet. And the explosion killed 2 sailors in the compartment outright, and another soon died from toxic gas. Britanoff had the crew blow all tanks, and the boat breached the ocean surface uncontrolled, like a missile exiting the water, smoke pouring out of the ruptured silo. The corrosive gas was eating away at the vitals of the submarine. Water seals were being corroded, pipes were breaking, gauges were going dead. Poison gas was slowly seeping from compartment to compartment, making even more of the boat uninhabitable. In the reactor room, the fires and corrosion had eaten through the systems that powered the cooling systems. If the reactors overheated, the rods would melt straight through the boat and release a cloud of radioactive steam worse than the accident at Chernobyl that would blow over the British overseas territory of Bermuda. The system was designed to drop heat baffles that would drown the nuclear fires, but the temperatures had warped the springs on the second reactor, preventing them from dropping. The baffles could be cranked down by hand, but only from inside the reactor. Seaman S.A. Preminin volunteered for the assignment. By the time he was done, the pressure between the 2 compartments had become so different that the door could not be opened. Preminin died of heat exhaustion and asphyxiation inside the reactor. He was posthumously awarded the Order of the Red Star for his heroism. In all, 4 members of the crew died in the accident. It was in the end rather a miracle that Britanoff was able to save his crew and that the crew had averted nuclear disaster. When asked in a 1998 interview what the most important lesson of the disaster was, Britanoff replied, "Take care of your people, and they will take care of you."